Be me, 28, and apparently I'm the bad guy for having standards and not settling. Let me back up. So there's this guy, Ben. We've been best friends since junior year of college, met through mutual friends at some party. He's 29 now, works in IT, into video games and anime. The whole package, sweet guy. Always been there for me through literally everything. And I mean everything. 2 years ago, I was dating Marcus, personal trainer, 6 feet 2 inches, absolutely gorgeous. The kind of guy who posts shirtless gym selfies. Anyway, I had this early morning flight to Cancun, like 6:30 a.m., and Marcus was too tired to drive me. Guess who showed up at 4:45 a.m. with my favorite coffee order? Ben. Obviously. He loaded my bags, didn't complain once, even though I could tell he'd barely slept. I was venting the entire drive about how Marcus couldn't do this one simple thing for me, and Ben just listened. That's what he does. He listens. Marcus cheated on me 3 months into that trip. I found out through Instagram, because apparently he wasn't even smart enough to hide it. I called Ben at midnight, absolutely destroyed. He showed up at my apartment within 20 minutes with ice cream and let me cry on his shoulder for 3 hours straight. I remember saying something like, "God, why can't I just be attracted to nice guys? You've never had to deal with this drama because you don't even date." He got quiet after that. I felt bad for maybe 30 seconds, but then I was crying again and he was just there. Like always. That night, when I'd finally calmed down, I took his hands and made him look at me. "Ben, promise me something. Promise me you'll always be here for me. You're literally the only guy I can count on. Everyone else leaves but you. You get me." His eyes got all emotional. "I promise, Leanne. Always." I hugged him and honestly felt so secure in that moment, like no matter what happened with romantic relationships, I had Ben, my constant. Here's the thing people don't understand. Ben and I have a purely platonic friendship. He had a little crush on me freshman year, super obvious, but I let him down gently and he took it really well. We moved past it, and yeah, I'm objectively more conventionally attractive than him, and yeah, I have an active dating life while he doesn't really. But that's not my fault. I'm 5 feet 7 inches. I work out. I work in marketing and make decent money. Ben's like 5 feet 9 inches on a good day. And back then, he was pretty overweight, not in a mean way, just factually. He wore hoodies and jeans constantly, played League of Legends until 2 a.m., watched anime. Sweet guy, but like, romantically? No. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being honest about that. A year ago I was dating Devon, musician, tattooed, so passionate about his art. Ben helped me move apartments while Devon had band practice. Ben carried all my furniture up 3 flights of stairs, assembled my bed frame. My friends showed up toward the end and Sarah asked, "Does Ben ever get tired of this?" I laughed. Ben's not like other guys. He actually respects women and doesn't expect anything from me. Plus, realistically, what girl is going to date him? I'm probably the closest thing to a girlfriend he's ever going to have. Everyone laughed. It wasn't mean. It was just true. Ben was in the other room. I think he was fixing my TV stand or something. The point is, we had this perfect friendship. I could be myself, vent about dating and work and family drama, and he was always supportive. Never judged me. Never made things weird. Until recently. Until her. 3 months ago, things started changing. Ben got distant, started cancelling plans, taking hours to text back instead of minutes, and then he dropped the bomb that he was seeing someone. I'm sorry, what? Ben doesn't date. Ben doesn't go to bars or use apps or approach women. Ben plays video games and goes to work and hangs out with me. That's his life. Except apparently, now it's not. Her name's Lily. They met at the gym. Since when does Ben go to the gym? And suddenly, my best friend of 7 years is too busy for me because some random girl decided he was boyfriend material. And everyone's acting like I'm crazy for being upset about it. Let me paint you a picture of what our friendship actually looked like, since apparently I'm getting vilified for it now. 6 months ago, before Lily, this was normal. Saturday afternoon, I'm getting ready for a first date with Ryan. Finance bro, drives a BMW, has his shit together. I texted Ben. Emergency, need your opinion on outfits. Can you come over? He showed up in 30 minutes. I made him sit on my bed while I did a full fashion show. 7 different outfits. This one or this one? Does this make me look like I'm trying too hard? Be honest. He rated each one, gave thoughtful feedback. I picked the dress he said made me look prettiest. Thanked him with a forehead kiss. You're the best fake boyfriend a girl could ask for. He smiled, but it was kind of weak. 2 weeks later, I'd been texting Ryan and analyzing every single message. I screenshot the entire conversation, 47 messages, and sent it to Ben at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. Called him immediately. Okay, so he said, haha, yeah. After I made a joke about his job, what does that mean? Is he being dry? Should I double text? Leanne, it's almost midnight. I have work. This will only take a minute? 52 minutes later, we'd analysed every punctuation choice. Ryan was being completely normal. I was just overthinking. Ben reassured me. I felt better. I didn't ask him how his day was. Then there was my friend's birthday party. Ryan was busy, aka didn't respond to my invite. I texted Ben, I need you to be my date tonight. Can't show up alone like some loser. I was actually going to have a quiet night, maybe catch up on... I sent a voice note, letting my voice get all hurt. Wow. Okay. I guess I thought our friendship meant more. After everything we've been through, all the times I've been there for you. I couldn't actually think of specific times, but it sounded right. No, I'll come. What time? At the party, I introduced him as my Ben to everyone. Used him as a shield when guys I wasn't interested in tried talking to me. When James, super hot, works in consulting, started flirting with me, I literally walked away from Ben mid-conversation. I got James's number. In the car ride home, I talked about James the entire time. Ben was quiet. The next week at our Sunday brunch, which we'd done every Sunday at 11 a.m. for literally 18 months straight, Ben mentioned he might skip the following week because he was exhausted from work. My face dropped. I went cold. Oh, okay. Sipped my coffee in silence. What's wrong? I sighed dramatically. Nothing. It's just, I thought this was our thing. But if you're too busy for me... No, I'll be there. Sorry, I was just tired. I'll be there. I brightened immediately. Yay. See, I knew I could count on you. At girls' night later that week, Sarah brought it up again. Leanne, why do you keep Ben around if you're not into him? Because he's actually a good person? Not everything is about hookups, Sarah. Some of us value real connection. Jess pushed. But don't you think it's kind of mean? He clearly still likes you. I got defensive. He's a grown man. If he had a problem with our friendship, he'd say something. Besides, it's not my fault he's too scared to actually put himself out there. What am I supposed to do? Find him a girlfriend? We all laughed. Honestly, I'm probably the most female attention he's ever gonna get. He should be grateful. More laughing. Another round of wine. I told myself I wasn't being mean. I was being honest. There's a difference. Looking back now, I wonder if Ben heard any of that. My apartment isn't that big, and he was in the kitchen refilling drinks. Whatever. The point is, our friendship was good. It worked. I was there for him. He was there for me. Until he decided I wasn't enough anymore. The shift started 3 months ago at our Sunday brunch. I showed up at our usual spot, and Ben was already there. But something was different. He was wearing a fitted Henley instead of his usual hoodie. His face looked... thinner? I noticed but didn't comment. My phone kept buzzing, Ryan texting. I was distracted, venting about how he refused to define the relationship after 2 months. Like, why are men so emotionally unavailable? Ben was quieter than usual. You okay? Yeah, just thinking about some stuff. I didn't press. Went back to my Ryan analysis. At the end of brunch, he said, "Hey, I might not be able to do next Sunday. I have plans." I paused mid-sip. Plans? What plans? Just something I committed to. He wouldn't elaborate. I said, "Okay, sure," in a tone that made it clear it was not okay. But he didn't take the bait. Over the next 6 weeks, everything changed. Week 1, Ben took 4 to 5 hours to respond to texts. Usually he responded in 20 minutes. Week 2, he cancelled Sunday brunch again, just said he was busy. I tried the guilt trip. This is becoming a pattern, Ben. Sorry, I know. Rain check? No elaborate apology. No anxious over-explaining. Just rain check. Week 3. Ryan officially ghosted me. I was devastated. Called Ben crying at 11:30 p.m. He picked up. "Leanne, I'm really sorry, but I can't talk right now. Can I call you tomorrow?" I was stunned. "Are you serious right now? I need you." "I know, and I will be there. Tomorrow. I promise. I can't tonight." He hung up. I stared at my phone. He'd never done that before. He did call the next day, listened to me cry about Ryan for an hour. But something was off. He was distracted, kept the call shorter than usual. When I suggested he come over, he said he couldn't. Didn't explain why. I couldn't take it anymore. Called him, demanded answers. "Are you mad at me? Did I do something?" "No, you didn't do anything." "Then why are you being so weird?" Long pause. "I've been seeing someone. It's new." My brain short-circuited. I cycled through shock, disbelief, anger, landed on forced excitement. "Oh my God! Ben, that's amazing! Who is she? Tell me everything." Internally, I was panicking. "Her name is Lily. We met at the gym a couple months ago." "The gym? Since when do you go to the gym?" I realized how that sounded. "I mean, I didn't know you were working out. That's great." "Yeah, I've been going for about 6 months." 6 months? I never noticed. "So tell me about her. What's she like? I want to meet her." "It's still pretty new. I don't want to jinx it." "Ben, I'm your best friend. Of course I should meet her." "Maybe soon. Let's just see how it goes." After the call, I sat in silence. I felt threatened, jealous. I couldn't name it. I told myself I was just being protective, making sure this girl was good enough for him. Week later, Friday at 10 p.m., I created a test. Texted Ben. "Ben, my car just broke down on Route 9. I'm scared and it's dark. Can you come get me? Please." I was at home on my couch. 15 minutes passed. "Oh no, are you okay? I'm actually with Lily right now across town. Can I Venmo you for an Uber, or I can call you a tow?" I stared at my phone. He'd never, in 7 years, said no to coming when I needed him. I typed and deleted 5 responses. Finally, "No, it's fine. I'll figure it out." Added, "Guess I know where I stand now." "I'm really sorry, Leanne. Call if you need anything else. Be safe." He didn't take the bait. I threw my phone across the room. Over the next few weeks, Ben became increasingly unavailable. I started checking his social media obsessively, found a gym progress photo. He'd lost visible weight, had actual definition, looked confident. Top comment from Lily Mitchell. "So proud of you, babe." I clicked her profile. Public, 25 years old, physical therapist, posts photos of homemade sourdough bread, hiking, her golden retriever. Recent photo with Ben at a brewery. She's pretty in that wholesome girl next door way, laughing at something he said. Caption: "Best Sunday with my favorite person. Sunday. Our day." Another photo. Lily and Ben at what looked like a family dinner. Older couple visible. Caption: "Meeting his parents. Their wonderful yellow heart." My hands shook. This was serious. I texted Ben. "We need to do our monthly movie night. It's been forever. This Friday?" "Can't this Friday? I'm meeting some of Lily's friends." I lost it. Remember when you promised you'd always be there for me? Or does that not matter anymore now that you have a girlfriend? Sent it. Couldn't unsend. An hour later, Leanne, that's not fair. I'm still here for you. I'm just also building a relationship. You have to understand that. I don't think she understands how close we are. Any secure woman wouldn't have a problem with you having a best friend. Lily knows exactly how close we are. This isn't about her being insecure. Then what's it about? Can we talk in person? We met at a coffee shop 2 weeks later. Weekday afternoon. I arrived early. Wore the dress Ben once said looked best on me. Hair done, makeup perfect. Remind him what he's giving up. Ben arrived exactly on time. He looked good. Actually good. Filled out a shirt, beard trimmed, confident posture. Something twisted in my stomach. We ordered drinks. Awkward small talk. Finally, so what did you want to talk about? I started soft. I just feel like we're drifting apart and it's breaking my heart. We've been through so much together, Ben. You're literally my person. I know our friendship means a lot to both of us. Then why does it feel like you're choosing her over me? Tears formed. Real ones. I'm not choosing anyone over anyone. I'm just balancing my life differently now. But it's not balanced. You used to always be there. Now I feel like I have to schedule you weeks in advance. I barely see you. Leanne, I'm in a relationship. That takes time and energy. You've been in relationships. You know how it is. I took a breath. Can I ask you something? And be honest. He nodded warily. Did you ever think that maybe we could have been something more? Like, what if the timing was just never right, but now? Leanne, don't. I'm serious, Ben. We have history. We have connection. We know everything about each other. Doesn't that count for something? Of course it counts. You're one of my closest friends. But that's what we are. Friends. But what if we didn't have to be? What if we gave us a real chance? Long silence. He looked at his coffee. Leanne, I waited for you for 3 years. 3 years. I was there for every breakup, every 2 a.m. phone call, every time you needed someone. And you made it very clear, in every possible way, that you didn't see me like that. I tried to interrupt, he continued, and I don't blame you for that. You can't force attraction. But I moved on. I met someone who sees me the way you never did, and I'm happy. So this is revenge? You're punishing me for not being ready before? No. This is me choosing someone who chose me first. My voice rose. So you're just going to throw away years of friendship because some girl you've known for 5 months is insecure about our bond? Lily isn't insecure. Then why can't you maintain our friendship the way it was? Because the way it was wasn't healthy, Leanne. I froze. What the hell is that supposed to mean? You made me cancel on dates to help you pick outfits for your dates. You called me at midnight on my birthday because you were bored and wanted to talk about a guy who ghosted you. You told your friends I'd probably never get a girlfriend. I went pale. Who told you that? Does it matter? The point is, I let you treat me like I was lucky just to be in your orbit, and for a long time, I believed I was. That's not fair, Ben. I never asked you to do those things. You offered. You're right, I did, and that's on me. But I'm done now. I tried a different angle. So you're telling me that supporting me through my journey of self-discovery was somehow me using you? That's so anti-feminist, Ben. Women are allowed to prioritize themselves without being punished for it later. He almost laughed. Leanne, this has nothing to do with feminism. This is about basic respect. You can prioritize yourself and treat people well. Those aren't mutually exclusive. I've always treated you well. You've treated me like an emotional support animal that you could put back in the cage when you were done. Tears streamed down my face. I can't believe you're doing this, after everything. I'm not doing anything except being honest. I love you as a friend, Leanne, but I'm in love with Lily, and I need you to respect that. Does she know you promised to always be there for me? She knows everything, including why I shouldn't have made that promise. He stood up. Put money on the table for both coffees. I hope you find someone who makes you as happy as Lily makes me. I really do. He left. I sat alone, humiliated and furious. That night, I replayed everything. Ben was wrong. I wasn't using him. I was just being honest about my feelings and needs. That's healthy. He's the one who changed. I drafted a text. Ben, I think you're making a huge mistake. What we have is rare. Real connection doesn't come around often, and you're throwing it away for someone you barely know. Stared at it. Deleted it. Rewrote. I just want you to be happy, but I hope you realize what you're giving up. Sent it. Blue check marks. No response. I met Sarah and Jess for lunch days later. Vented about Ben abandoning our friendship. Sarah said carefully, Leanne, do you think maybe you were kind of taking advantage of how he felt about you? Excuse me? Jess added. You did kind of keep him on the hook, and now that he's moved on, you're upset. I'm upset because he promised to always be there for me, and now he's breaking that promise. People make promises before they know better. He's allowed to have boundaries. I felt betrayed. So you're on his side? There are no sides. We're just saying, maybe look at it from his perspective. I changed the subject. Felt completely alone. 2 days later, I decided to reach out to Lily. Woman to woman. Found her Instagram, sent a DM. Hey Lily, I'm Leanne, Ben's best friend. I think it would be really good for us to meet and chat. Ben and I have a really special bond, and I'd hate for there to be any misunderstandings. Let me know if you're free for coffee. She responded within an hour. Sure, I'm free tomorrow at 3 p.m. There's a cafe on Maple Street? I felt victorious. We met. Lily looked exactly like her photos. Warm, natural, wearing jeans and a sweater. I wore a power outfit. Thanks for meeting me. I just wanted to clear the air since Ben and I have been best friends for years, and I know sometimes that can be threatening to new girlfriends. I don't feel threatened. I smiled condescendingly. Well, that's good. I just want you to understand that Ben and I have a really deep history. We've been through a lot together, and that bond doesn't just go away. I'm aware of your history. Great. So you understand that he and I will always be close. Can I ask you something, Leanne? Sure. Did you want Ben when you thought no one else would? I froze. What? Simple question. When Ben was overweight, working a job you didn't think was impressive, spending all his time being available to you, did you want him then? That's not the point. So that's a no. But now that he's lost weight, gained confidence, and is happy with someone else, suddenly you're interested. Or are you just upset that your backup plan found someone better? That's not fair. I was on my own journey. I wasn't ready for, you made him promise to always be there for you. You called him at midnight on his birthday to talk about other guys. You told your friends he'd never get a girlfriend. My face went white. He told you that? He told me everything. How you'd have him help you get ready for dates with other men. How you'd guilt trip him if he couldn't drop everything. How you only valued him when he was useful. I was being a friend. Friends are mutual. What did you ever do for Ben? Silence. She leaned forward. You didn't want Ben, but you didn't want anyone else to have him either. He was your emotional support, your ego boost, your constant. And now that he's chosen someone who actually values him, you're panicking. You've known him for 5 months. I've known him for years. And in those years, you watched him be alone, and you did nothing except make sure he stayed available. I've known him 5 months, and I've seen him become the happiest he's ever been. He'll realize what we have is more important than some new relationship energy. She stood up. If he wanted you, he'd be with you. But he already chose. She left. Week later, I saw it. Instagram post, Ben and Lily. Her hand visible with a ring. Caption, she said yes, happiest man alive. I stared at it. Comments full of congratulations from all our mutual friends. I started typing, congrats you two. Deleted it. Everyone acts like I'm the villain. Like I did something wrong by prioritizing my growth and not settling. Ben was supposed to understand. He was supposed to be different, patient, supportive, there. Instead, he found some girl who bakes bread and plays wife. But whatever. I don't need Ben. I never needed him. I have my career, my independence, my standards. If he's happy with his suburban fairy tale, good for him. I'll be fine. I'm always fine. So,